Weather forecast. All right, looking at the dew points, all that water in the atmosphere, there is so much of it. Look at the darker greens on there, really taking over along and ahead of that cold front. Now, the front moves through during the late hours of tomorrow, but it's not going to bring a huge relief in the humidity. It's still going to be warm behind it, but what that storm will do is bring quite a bit of active weather for us tomorrow. Even today, giving you that first alert on some thunderstorms down across the south side. A few of those have been a little bit on the stronger side with gusty winds, some hail, lightning right now east of Chatham. That's going to be headed towards you in Halifax County over the next 30 to 40 minutes. So Halifax, South Boston along the 501 corridor, also right along the border between, say, Charlotte County and Campbell County, getting a little bit of that thunder and lightning. Gusty winds, downpours with these. The main issue, of course, we could get some small hail at a couple of those. And then watching this one near Evington and Alta Vista kind of tracking off toward the east. Severe risk overall today looks low, but again, one or two of these storms can't be ruled out. They get a little bit stronger. So we'll keep you updated if there's any warnings as we head through the evening. Literally looking at this front here, this is the one that's going to be bringing the active weather for us tomorrow. Now, some of the worst conditions are expected a little closer to where you see this low. So if you kind of follow that, it would kind of go into northern Virginia up towards, say Pennsylvania, even up towards New York. But we are going to be on the unsettled side of this front. And by that, I mean, we are going to get some active weather coming in during the day tomorrow. Issued a first alert weather day for mainly the afternoon into early evening for Thursday. And what those first alert weather days really are designed to do is just to make sure you pay attention to the forecast a little bit more closely. Doesn't mean everybody's going to get severe weather, but you can see by early afternoon, we see a couple of those thunderstorms starting to ramp up. And then by mid-afternoon, this particular model shows quite a bit of those, some clusters of thunderstorms that may produce enough instability and some active weather that we could get some strong wind gusts out of these, maybe even 60 miles per hour, a little bit of hail if the storms grow tall enough, and of course some downpours. Then closer to 5, 6 o'clock, those shift a little bit more east of the Blue Ridge over to Lynchburg, Danville, and by the time we head to 8, 9 o'clock, we should see a lot of that move on out. Lingering showers behind that, and then things really start to wind down for us as we get into late Thursday night. So thinking between noon and about 8 p.m. on Thursday, hail potential isolated, low tornado risk with this one, of course, is never zero with a system like this, but overall low. We're thinking more so wind and also downpours could be some of the bigger risks with those. And then the heat becomes the next big thing as we get into the weekend and next week. Tonight, 60s and 70s. Tomorrow, still quite warm and muggy, but this is nothing compared to what we're expecting as we head into the weekend and next week. Look at that heat building from west to east, and this is going to be not just a couple days of hot weather. We're talking about a week, maybe a week and a half where we have highs in the 90s, and these are not your ordinary 90s either. That's why we've issued some first alert weather days for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week as those highs climb just a few degrees away from 100. I think we could get really close to 100 degrees, especially across the south side. And then you add even just a little bit of humidity and it makes it feel even worse. So,
oh, absolutely. So it can be dangerous too when it's that hot.
Yeah, heat is the #1 weather-related killer. So a lot of times, we hear a lot of people talking about, we know it gets hot in the summer, but heat really can be extremely dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you for the first alert on that.